want none of his friends to ever leave him. So.
Where y'all going? You don't leave nowhere. Where you going? What's the topic?
Al, what you talking about, Jerry Jones? Like how he's silent right now?
Yeah, man. I don't fuck with that shit. Like, and I understand, like, so I think he's catering and I understand it from a business logic. And the only reason it hurts me is just because I'm a Cowboys fan, period, point blank. Yeah, I understand it from a business model. But even as you think about it, like, I think the Cowboys, and it's just going to a Cowboys game and going to other stadiums games and going to a couple of other different venues. I think the Cowboys might have like one of the most diverse set of fans that I know of. Like period, point blank. Like I've seen like the diehard like blacks, the diehard whites, and then also like the Hispanics and everything of that sort.
What part of the country though? You can't say. I mean, you can't say specific part of the country. You're talking about nationally.
I mean, just going. I mean, I'm just talking about at the Cowboys game when I went to the Cowboys game at Dallas. I mean, in Arlington, and like legit, like seeing like the entire fan base where it's not only just like one sets group. And I know like even here in the Redskins Stadium, you got like a whole bunch of like all different type of races and shit. But the Jones just like it's crazy how the simple fact that like you don't even come out and say nothing. Like this nigga Jerry Jones is the first person on any airways at any given time, but this time he's just like, all right, well, I'm gonna protect my money, I'm gonna protect my dollars, I'm gonna protect this certain set of fans or whoever, and this demographic, and I'm not even gonna say nothing. Like that shit is just weird to me, like how he has not said anything at all.
As far as the protests and everything?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Like I mean, I'm not gonna let him off the hook, but pretty much all owners haven't said anything, and especially like Jerry's camp. And Jerry's camp is part of like the old boys.
Oh yeah, he was the first nigga that said he don't want to see nobody kneeling out there. He was the first mother. He spoke up on that shit.
Yeah, then they have like a secret meeting back then when Cap was.
Yeah, Snyder was there.
And he was pointing out like, but Jerry was like the ringleader of the shit. He's like,
yeah,
y'all niggas is fucking up the money.
Right. Right. And that's why I say I understand like a business. That's why I understand it from like a business perspective, because I'm pretty sure he's not only thinking about like the actual like the players and shit, but he's also thinking about the advertisers and like how he don't want to necessarily lean one way or the other because it could fuck up the bottom line dollar. Not necessarily. I don't even think it would fuck up the bottom line dollars.
I don't know, bro. But if you are the dollars, why would it fuck up the dollars? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yes, I know. That's what I'm saying.
You are the dollars. How are you gonna fuck up the dollars?
Real shit. You think you're gonna say something now? Now that because I mean they had who sponsors the NFL? Is it like Nike or some shit? I think it's Nike that does it or whatever. There's the jerseys and all that shit or whatever. Now that Nike then came out here and said they going to do
team shit.
Yeah. So you think he gonna say something now that Nike then came out there saying because Nike is a big sponsor.
Nike be meddling for real.
Of course.
Because
it was on top of it with Colin Kaepernick and everything.
Nah, but Nike was on top of it after the fat Kaepernick. After the fat Kaepernick, they ain't get no job and shit, right? After he was blackballed, they was on shit. But when the shit was happening and Nike still had the rights to all the NFL jerseys, they ain't step in.
Yeah.
They could have easily like, hey, we pulling everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's a business. They're trying to get their money. I understand that.
But that's the thing. Are you gonna be on one side of the fence where you saying we support this shit, or are you gonna be like on the other side of the fence, we're like, oh, we're trying to make money?
Exactly. And that's why I say I think that's where Jerry Jones is right now, like where he's on the fence, where he's on the side where I'm just trying to make money, like I don't want to take a stance. But the crazy part about it is, and he
was taking a stance at one point saying
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. Like anybody on my fucking team is gonna fucking stand for the national anthem. And even I would take geriatric ass down there and I will fucking kneel with you guys and stay and put the parlay on. But as a fucking team, my fucking team is gonna stand for the national anthem. And if you're not, we're gonna take the fucking star off your helmet. But now all of a sudden,
motherfuckers would.
Now all of a sudden this nigga is like, I'm not saying, I mean, like literally not saying nothing. And I once again I understand it, but it's just like it shit sucks for
it. As a Cowboy fan, yeah.
It's just wow, and then how they just like get away with this shit. It's so fucking phony.
Did y'all see the I'm gonna change it from a Cowboy shit because this shit pisses me off. But y'all see the Carolina shit?
What?
They you remember the Carolina owner, the previous owner, I want to say Richardson, Jerry Richardson, whatever his name was, how he just sold that junk. He just sold it like 2 years ago for $2.25 billion or something.
Mm-hmm.
Contract. And he was like, the reason he sold it was because he was like under investigation for like racial and sexual misconduct or some shit like that. So,
I didn't know that.
Huh?
I didn't know that.
It was like an investigation. I don't think it was actually like proven or something at the time, but like I think the NFL was on his ass about it. So like he ended up selling the team, and like in his contract or in the sale, he has a statue with him and two Panthers outside of the stadium. He put in the contract that they couldn't move the shits.
A statue.
The statue of a fucking owner. A statue of an owner and two Panthers outside of the stadium.
The Panthers ain't even been around long enough to have statues.
What owner you know has a statue? But the nigga put in the set that they couldn't move the statue. So like apparently like it was some talks on the web and shit that they was gonna remove the statue and deface the property of the statue. So them niggas like picked their statue up and took that junk to an undisclosed location. But it's just funny as shit because what owner
some money then?
NFL statue? I mean, what owner? Period. Not even NFL. What owner in any sport you know has a fucking statue outside the arena?
Yeah, nah. It's usually a coach or a player.
And he ain't got no chips. He ain't. I mean, like the Panthers ain't won no chips. Nothing.
Nothing.
On Super Bowl. Not even.
They went to the Super Bowl and lost with Cam.
They've been to Super Bowl.
Yeah, with Jake Delhomme, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But that shit was crazy as shit to me. But
that was his team. That was his squad.
Yeah, he was a coach, player, and owner.
Understand that. They're gonna owe him some money. They moved that damn statue though.
No, they already did. They already moved that shit.
Oh yeah, they done broke the contract. So
we need.
He'll be in the court. He'll be in court.
Y'all like need football for like some type of like normalcy.
Y'all think we're gonna have a regular season, or you think they're gonna be like?
I think because like if you remember, and I'm about to talk about your boy Corey. If you remember, like when this shit all jumped off, Trump said we gonna have some fucking football, and I think he meant that shit.
We have some goddamn football around here. God damn it. Shit. Him and Ray Lewis, I can't stand neither one of them motherfuckers. Him and Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis said, if we don't have football, it's going to be it's going to be a crime wave. It's going to be a crime wave if we don't have no football.
I need some football, though. If I see, like, a little bit of college football, but it's going to be hard because especially they said, like, because, like, college kids, they probably going to be in, online classes till, like, December. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so my nephew goes to
Columbia.
Huh?
Columbia?
Nah. His brother. That oldest one just graduated from Columbia. He's going to Alcorn. But my nephew goes to Marshall.
Alcorn State.
Alcorn State. This nigga is going from Columbia University, Ivy Leagues to a HBCU at Alcorn.
That's Steve McNair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Not Alcorn State. Albany State. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Albany State, because he's Georgia. But his brother plays at Marshall, And so like they are in the process of like getting everybody back on campus for workouts and everything like that, voluntary workouts. He said like probably like 2 weeks ago, he said they went back on the 20th or something like that, 22nd, and they had already had 3 players tested that have tested positive for corona.
Mm-hmm.
This was 2 weeks ago, and they went back on the 22nd. So, like, the first week or so, they had 3 players tested positive for corona.
I don't know, man. I don't know about these tests.
What type of tests are these?
I don't know. And then if college don't play, this gonna fuck up the NFL. I can't have that.
But not even if
they need niggas to draft. They need niggas to draft. So,
but not even get this going. Before you even get to the NFL and how much it'll fuck up the NFL, even if you think about like college, like there are so many programs that rely not only just like football programs, there are so many programs that rely on the football program to actually still be operational. So like you got like the track program and like the golf program and like the fucking swimming program and all those other type of like not more less recognizable programs that are budget. So if the fucking football program or the basketball programs aren't operational this year, that's just gonna be a hell of a strain on a lot of those.
At HBCUs. Definitely at HBCUs, because number one is football and basketball at HBCUs.
Yeah.
Number one. We don't want to hear no shit about no golf or no volleyball or no swimming. Oh, y'all niggas is swimming? All right. Nah.
Yep.
Damn, that's gonna be tough. Yeah. We gotta just stop testing. We don't need no more tests.
Shit.
No more tests. We trying to ball out here, dog. We trying to ball. Shit.
Man. Don't get me started.
Go ahead, get it.
These tests.
Go ahead, get it.
Did y'all see like the WHO and the CDC shit I posted the other day saying like the shit don't transfer from traditional hard and shit?
I seen that shit on Yahoo too, Yahoo.com and shit.
Like, what have we been doing?
And then they came back and recanted their statement and shit. But
come on, man, stop it.
Did they really mean it or what? I don't know. I mean, I thought it was bullshit anyway. Just because
professionals, why would they put out a statement knowing that it's a lie, or if they professionals?
Right.
Initially, that's the case. Then what the fuck are they saying now?
Everybody can make mistakes. I don't know.
But which is which? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think it's bullshit. I've been thinking the whole quarantine shit is bullshit anyway. I thought it was bullshit. I mean, like I said, I think niggas already had that joint back in like January, December, back when niggas thought it was nothing and they thought it was just over in Asia and China, wherever the fuck.
I feel like this is the reason why I think it's bullshit, and I said this shit last week, but I'm really thinking about it this time. Like, why are some companies open 24/7 and
exactly
is completely closed? Even if you go overseas and they had the corona and shit and everything's quarantined, that means everything is quarantined. Everything's quarantined. Nigga, you get your water, you get your food, lock the fuck down 2 weeks. But in our situation is, y'all can go to Walmart. All y'all niggas can go to Walmart. It could be 1,000 y'all niggas in Walmart.
Liquor store.
1,000 y'all niggas can be, y'all can go in and out of liquor store. Y'all can pay with your card. Same people touching the card machine. Like, why is that allowed? If it's a real fucking quarantine, why are we allowed to go to big ass businesses and spend money?
I agree. Because I seen another post that was saying it was a fucking experiment or some shit. It was basically just an experiment.
All right, so this is what I think about this. Right?
The other shit that's
Go ahead, Marcus.
Nah, let Randall finish.
That Event 201 shit, when they had the epidemic games and like the little practice shit. You know what I'm talking about? I put it.
Yeah.
When they practice shit, but every time there's like a big hoax or something, they always practice this shit the same day. But this is like the same season. Like like 9/11, it was a terrorist
New York
attack.
9/11, yeah.
Yeah, when it was like the like school shootings and shit, it was a practice drill or some shit like that. It's always some shit happen at the same time, and they try to bulk it in together.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, nah. I don't live in the shit. It's an experiment. Go ahead, Marcus.
I think like, all right, so what if this is just a what if, this ain't no like, so what if like this whole thing was like set up to like destabilize the economy, you know what I'm saying? And what I mean is like so all because I'm thinking about like this the thing that got me so suspicious is like how all these big businesses is like just all of a sudden just like we are with the black community. To me, that shit is suspicious because everybody's doing it at the same time. That shit is weird to me. You know what I'm saying? But because it's like I said, it's like these businesses have been around forever. Why all of a sudden now y'all want to recognize some shit that's supposed to be like this is what I mean. Like if these people who own these big businesses, if they were like, come from probably a line of money that was ingrained in this so-called white supremacist system, like they know that their power comes from white supremacy. So why all of a sudden now they want to be like, oh, nah, we with the blacks? Like, you know what I'm saying? So think about this. Somebody put COVID, let's just say COVID was some shit that was created in a lab and purposely put out there to destabilize shit, right? Then all of a sudden the economy gets fucked up, right? So then what happens after that? Companies lose money. Now they know that this black dude got killed by a cop on television, right? Now, if you want to make fucking money, when you want to be on the side of where the emotion lies of the people, because so many people's minds and emotions are so caught up in this George Floyd. When they make money, it makes sense because you're not making as much money that's been going on because of this quarantine, people not going out and spending money. Don't you think it would make sense if you want to take advantage of the opportunity where all the momentum is put towards this George Floyd shit? When it makes sense to be like, hey, Coca-Cola, I'm with you guys. Hey, Pepsi, I'm with you guys. Every fucking body. It's good for business at this point to be in alignment with a black movement because of what happened at that time. Also, at the same time that you've lost so much money because people being in quarantine. Like, what if that's the only reason why they doing this shit? Because they lost money because niggas wasn't spending money.
This sounds interesting. It sounds interesting. Marcus, as far as like the whole.
My fault. I ain't finished with that. And
go ahead.
And then also within all of that, right, pushing your social agenda, because to me, all this shit, even the quarantine shit, coronavirus, even all the way to this George Floyd shit, is all social engineering. I feel like there's a certain perspective they're trying to train our minds to have going into the future. So then when we have kids, our kids will have no idea of the world that we came from because they're going to see it from the George Floyd moment going into the future. You see what I'm saying? Like they're trying to use this to train our minds to think a certain way going into the future. So I think this COVID shit and in combination with George Floyd is all fucking been mapped out, controlled. Niggas is playing with wearing fucking sheep. That's what's going on. Like niggas wearing fucking sheep. That's what the hell is going on. That's what I think exactly what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Marcus, have you ever heard of like I'm talking about like back in the Obama years? Like, have you ever heard of Bama's? There was like a conspiracy theory going on talking about like the Russians they were bringing in Russians to be in the National Guard and being like the what's the shit out there in not the WHO, not the WHO, but the global shit where they got
NATO?
Yeah. Where they were talking about they were trying to bring in Russians or whatever. And now like where you got this whole because everybody was all the Republicans or whatever the right was saying back when Obama was in office, it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna go into a police state and it's gonna be martial law and all that shit. And now we have fucking basically quarantine and it feels like martial law. I don't think this is real martial law or whatever.
Martial law yet. It's not.
Yeah, it ain't real shit. Yeah, because niggas can still go about
This is
freely.
soft martial law though. It is, but it's soft like
Yeah.
real martial laws. The military stand outside your front door telling you can't come outside type shit.
Right, but my thing is like, because they had a thing about the DC. They had an article about the DC National Guard just today or whatever, talking about how they were feeling ashamed and everything because just for the photo op with Trump, he had him tear gas and spray rubber bullets into the crowd and shit for the protesters or whatever. And they was talking about how they was feeling ashamed because their neighbors and people that they knew, cousins, and everybody was walking up to them and talking shit to them at the National Guard that was there or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's like any truth to like bringing in foreign troops to be able to take over, to do some martial law type shit over here?
Why would we spend all this money to bring in foreign troops?
That's what I was saying. I don't think he would have to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I think he could use American soldiers to bring in martial law. But what I will say, what I have thought about this shit just like the scary thought. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta think about, and this kind of fucked up because like we as Americans, we're kind of privileged the fact that we don't be getting fucking wars and bombs and shit on our land and shit. Because this is what I'm saying. Can you imagine like some fucking nigga from China just running up in your house with no regard for your life or your family? Like, and these are like trained. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you just think about a person with no fucking empathy for Americans, no connection to us, nothing. He just knows that you niggas are the enemy. You know what I'm saying? Like, just imagine a person like that. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of shit that we don't have to deal with, that people in other
That's what I'm saying.
the world have to go through, man. So you know that shit's kind of fucked up. But just there's people out here who literally will kill children with nothing, with nothing, and then go eat breakfast right after. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm talking about soldiers. You know what I'm saying? So that shit's fucked up. You know?
No, that's what I'm saying. There was a whole conspiracy theory going around that they were trying to. They they was talking about people are building underground bunkers and all that shit for the end of the world and all that like extra
people
shit.
been doing that shit.
But they was specifically talking about bringing in foreign troops, trying to infiltrate foreign troops into like the National Guard and all that shit. So just in case some shit pops off, they have no connection to us. They have no connection to the people that are here in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? That's why I brought up that article that them niggas was talking about. They felt ashamed, to see their neighbors and everybody that they knew talking about them, saying you're doing wrong, why y'all doing this or whatever. If they brought in some foreign troops over, they're not gonna give a fuck. Like he was saying, like if some Chinese people came up in this joint, dog, they don't give a fuck. They don't know us. They don't know blood. They know, well, all the Asian motherfuckers, they know they not no blood. They all look like, I don't want to be racist, but you know what I'm saying? They know we not related. They know we not related. They don't give a fuck.
Hey, but look, right? So this something that, because you kind of made me think about that when you said this. So it's like, think about this shit like the end of the world. Like, how long have niggas been thinking it's the end of the world? Like,
too long.
Think about this, to put it in this perspective. Like, when did the end of the day?
Niggas started writing, dog. It's been too long.
You see what I'm trying to say? It's like, I feel like 1,000 years ago, niggas was like, it's the end of days. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do niggas really? Well, how do we even really know? You understand what I'm trying to say? It's like, because you can apply what's going on right now, and there was shit that was going on in the world where somebody go like, man, it's the end of days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's all all hypothetical. Well, I ain't gonna say hypothetical, but like it's all about perception. It's like it's not the end of the world per se. Like the earth is no longer here. It's just the end of your natural what you're used to. What you're used to seeing, like you're used to be able to you're used to being able to go to the grocery store and get what the fuck you want to get. That's no longer here. You have to fucking stand in the line and, you know what I'm saying, and get your can of peas or whatever the fuck. Is your usual life is going to change basically.
It's just not like it's not what you think, like end of world or end of days, like you fucking stand in line, asking for like porridge or some shit like that. Because you constantly giving up like rights, you constantly giving up your money like freely, like they just disguising it better to what you giving up. That's what I think it is. Like,
So it's the end of freedom.
like when Marcus, you said we just like a hamster in the wheel. Like we just giving up more shit, and just we playing part of a system. So.
And the funny thing about that shit is like I think even says it in the Bible, like, and I haven't read the Bible, but I'm just talking about from what I've heard people saying. Like it says it in there where it's like it says that when we fall into I guess under the Antichrist, we're not going to know it. We're going to willingly give up our freedom. It's not going to be he going to just come in and you know what I'm saying like we're going to willingly we're going to be it's going to be like we're going to be in the new world or the new world order or end of days, whatever you want to call it, and not even realize it. You know what I'm saying? We'll be thinking, oh, this is how life is supposed to be. You know what I mean? So that's the shit. It's like you're not supposed to be able to see it. It's almost like you're not supposed to be able to see it. Like, oh, it's him. He's the one. He's the or it's him. It's like, nah, nigga. It's not even. It's like you are a part of it. You know what I'm saying? You are one with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's literally what that shit is. You know.
Watch when this 5G roll out, and it's gonna be like no like real like phone connection. Everything's gonna be like off your face.
And no hardwire.
Yeah, everything will be off that. And I'm right now like when I'm saying this shit right now, like I want just how we doing like bets and shit. I want this shit documented. Like this 5G off, and
it's recorded.
Yeah.
Al, what is your conspiracy theory, Al? Come on, Al. Where you at?
that was the straight nigga please face.
Dog, I'm listening to y'all niggas.
Nah, yeah, I mean, I already talked about my conspiracy theory, especially like with the looting and all this other bullshit. I mean, that's nothing new. As far as like them putting provocateurs in place, especially even as you think about the media and all this other, how they're reporting on provocateurs and how they're promoting on talking about making it more about the looters than it is actually the protests and all that good shit. But off the top of my head, my conspiracy theories.
Black Lives Out.
Huh?
What about this Black Lives movement? You know, they like mostly funded by like Democratic parties.
I did not know that. I knew that. I actually knew, or I think I read today, as a matter of fact, that Black Lives Matter is actually owned by a white person or some shit like that.
George Soros, and it's not just it's George Soros. I told you this before. It's George Soros.
Let me hear about that. I be seeing a lot of posts about that.
On that garage lab from Wuhan that started this whole corona.
The thing is, he didn't start the Black Funds Matter. He kind of put the money behind it because Black Funds.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
Black Lives Matter was actually started by it was by two lesbians and a black woman. You know what I'm saying? And so that's who's in charge of it. And also, but look, right, this is the thing, and it's so funny that you brought that up, this whole democratic situation. So don't you think that makes sense? So let's say George Soros, I think, has some connection with Corona too at the same fucking time, if I'm not mistaken. Right, doesn't he? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, so look at this, right? So now he's behind. All right, so look, just think about the connection. George Soros, who runs Black Matters, two lesbians, right? All right, so what are lesbians in alignment with the Democratic Party, right? George. So think about that. You have Donald Trump that's in office right now. The momentum, the way the Democratic Party is looking right now, it's not looking as strong. Like it clearly looks as if Donald Trump could easily win the second election, just because the candidates and the people who could go against Donald Trump are just not strong candidates. You know what I'm saying? So you got to pull off something big to get niggas to vote Democrat. So now most big companies is always going to be in alignment with like the Donald Trump big businesses, But then when they lose money off Corona, and now the only way to make money is to be in alignment with some Democratic Black type shit to make your money. I would see people swaying in that other direction just to be in alignment with the money now, because now the money is going towards where the Democrats are, because the people who are in charge of these movements are Democrats. Like, because even the black movement is always going to be tied into the Democrats' hands almost every time. You know what I'm saying? Without a doubt. So it's like it makes sense why so it's going to. So think about that. Like even NASCAR nigga came out and said that like some NASCAR said they ain't putting.
Yeah, they moved that Confederate flag.
I saw that. I was like, oh, they must have lost a lot of fucking money. Like,
yeah,
the whole time.
You know that's not what they about. You know that's
yeah.
The whole time.
And you know we're not watching that. We don't even watch that.
The whole time. I think it's a little known fact or what have you. Like even with like NASCAR banning the Confederate flag is they apparently they did that shit years ago. They did like at least like 5 or 6 years ago where they banned the Confederate flag. But it's just nobody enforcing that shit at the actual rallies or at the actual events. And so
them shits is in fucking Redneckville. All them NASCAR events is in Redneck.
But it's not only that. It's like literally like they have some like true diehard NASCAR fans, and I mean, and I don't want to be.
And they all white.
But it's like some people living. I mean, like are in the RVs and are in the trailers and shit. So they say they like park on the campgrounds or for a Sunday event on a Thursday night, and literally, like you can't regulate and tell nobody that's been there on Thursday. I mean, you can go search their car on Thursday, but you can't necessarily be like, all right, well, I need to figure out if you got it on your bathing suits. I need to figure it out if you got it on your shirts and everything like that when you in the actual arena. The same way, like if and we can go to the far furthest extent, but like if the NFL were to say like, or I mean like if it were to switch sports and it would be like NFL people were wearing Confederate flag shirts or Confederate flag shit to NFL games. You know how hard it would be like to put a ban on that shit, like because like you go into a football game with a hoodie on and then you got on a fucking shirt underneath and then you got another shirt on underneath or you got a fucking flag in your back pocket. And so if they were to pull that shit out during the middle of a game, you know how hard it would be for like a person that's an event staff that's working and making minimum wage or what have you to be like, nah, nigga, you gotta take that shit off. I'm calling security. Like, no, I'm not. I mean, like, I understand that might be my job, but I'm not about to go out my way to incite a riot because of your Confederate flag. So I mean, I don't. We'll see, because I mean, we already know we're not necessarily going to NASCAR, but we'll see how that works out.
I mean, dude, does that shit really bother y'all though? Like if y'all see like if you like, because I know I've been to Myrtle Beach many times, and when I go down there, I see them Confederate.
They out there.
Does that shit really bother you, or do you just like it just be like whatever? Like you just
like
it'd be like whatever. Honestly,
the intent behind it bothers me because I used to do like I said, I used to do a lot of like I was in the service industry and I've been to a lot of houses in like Southern Maryland, and I walk in the house and I would see Confederate flags tucked away or in a basement or in a private room, like they hiding the shit. Like if you, like I said, you can be prideful of the shit and put the shit on your front lawn, but if you hiding the shit and like this is your intentions, like then I got a problem with the shit.
Yeah, I feel you on that. But like I said, when I see the ones, I see them out there with the flag, that shit don't bother me at all. Like I just be like, that's whatever. That shit I don't connect with it at all. Like I don't know. I mean,
like some of them be so prideful with it. That's where I got problems. Like they really don't know the history behind it. Just be so prideful of it. But like I'm a march for this because like you know what I mean.
That's what my great granddaddy did.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. That's state culture. I look at it like that. If that's what he want to be on, let him be on that shit. That shit don't got nothing to do with me. That's how I look at that shit. Like, I look. This is how I look at racism. I look at it like
nothing to do with you.
As long as a nigga ain't put, as long like this is what I mean. As long as a nigga, that's some shit he got to deal with God. Like that don't got nothing to do with me. That's not my problem. That's his shit. So I don't forgive him. Like I don't need niggas to like me. Like if you don't like me, cool.
Just don't come over here fucking with me.
That shit don't got nothing to do with me. That's how I look at that shit.
So what if like a police officer pull you over and then meantime he go back at home and he got one in his basement and that's why he pulled you over?
I mean that's a possibility. I mean that's life.
That's a big possibility.
So I'm saying, but if I don't know, I don't fucking know. Like I'm not gonna be like I bet that nigga got one in his basement. If I don't know, I don't fucking know. I don't know. Like, you never fucking know.
But you're saying this it ain't got nothing to do with you, but it directly does have something to do with you because he sees like this flag represents something that he believes in, and then you are part of that belief.
Okay, yes, that's true. But like I said, I don't have nothing to do with him because that's his problem. This is what I mean. Like if I decide to wear like some nice pair of shoes somewhere, and a nigga just get mad and be like, oh, that nigga got on some nice shoes, I want to rob that nigga. Like that's the same fucking shit. Like you see what I'm saying? It's like my shoes triggered him to want to do harm to me because he wishes he had my shoes, or he's jealous because I have shoes that he don't have. I can't do nothing about that shit.
But he's yeah. I mean, but
that's a random nigga who just was mad because just like that was a random. I just so happened to be pulled over by the cop with a Confederate flag. I can't do nothing about that shit. I can't change my skin color. I'm gonna be a happy, proud fucking black man. And fuck you, suck my dick. Like that's what I mean.
The
like
random nigga, the random nigga's gonna get held up, but the police officer gonna get away with the shit.
Well, hold on. Let me pivot real quick. Cause y'all was talking about the black dollar. Y'all touched on the black dollar for a minute. I don't remember the numbers. I don't know if it was $1 billion or yeah, it's probably $1 billion. We spent $1 billion out this joint. But how y'all feel about Donald Trump having his first rally or whatever in Tulsa, Black Wall Street on Juneteenth?
For real?
Yeah, for real.
For real?
Yeah, for real. June 19th.
For real?
I mean, everything's a ploy.
That's the stone.
I didn't read into it yet, but I think everything's a ploy. And
the thing, even it said with like Twitter, it said Twitter was going to start recognizing Juneteenth for all its employees. That's the white people too. Like they just like we just celebrated black kids. Like these days, it'd be some racist motherfuckers at Twitter that get a free day off of work. Like you know what I'm saying? You don't know.
That picture when the Democrats was kneeling and they had them fucking
Kente
flags.
I'm saying, and
the biggest.
Like, you don't think this shit is a slap in the face? I be thinking like niggas be like, oh look at that, they're showing us love. I be looking at it like they're laughing at us. Like I look at it differently. Like I don't know. I see it like.
And then a black lady had to go and help Nancy Pelosi up off the ground.
You said what?
I said, and then a black lady had to go and help Nancy Pelosi up off the ground and shit. All the other motherfuckers around her. A black lady walked in who wasn't even kneeling down with them, who walked in and had to help her ass up off the ground and shit.
I don't even know these people for real.
Exactly, but it's like,
that shit with the kente cloth on, that was like really you pandering that hard.
Stupid, bruh.
Come on, man. Is that all it takes? Like, is it that easy?
It might be.
Like, that's the message I feel like they're sending to us. Like, is that easy?
Yeah. Did y'all see Mayor Bowser on Lil Wayne's radio?
Nah.
Bowser. That's not DC, is it?
I don't know why Lil Wayne got a radio for real. I don't know why motherfuckers tune into that shit. Niggas fucking.
Yeah, he off it.
He's borderline remedial for real.
Yeah.
You want to talk about issues like this? The niggas borderline remedial.
He used to be hot.
But my favorite YouTube video to watch is when Lil Wayne spilled his activist when he's in that interview. He like, oh my god. You know what I'm talking about?
Nah, I ain't seen that joke. What's that?
He's in an interview and he like spilled his like styrofoam cup of activist. And he like, oh my god. The funniest fucking video on YouTube.
Like I was saying, like you don't think we getting like laughed at as a people right now? Like I don't understand how like, cause this is what I'm saying is like all this like why I understand what we've been through in slavery in our story, but I don't think we need to be getting coddled and shit like that. Like that's how it's coming across. I ain't feeling that shit. I'm not, cause that don't make us look like a strong people. That shit got us looking like some motherfuckers who need some protectors. Like that's how we look, and I know other niggas like shit. We fuck that. We deserve to be protected. Nah, I don't want to be protected by some white people. Like I don't want that shit. I'm sorry. That's just.
In their corner, they think they doing everything, but like I don't know.
This shit.
Honestly, I think they just. I think they came out because the whole world is out here right now doing that shit.
This shit
They
look
got
like
niggas in France and you know what I'm saying.
I feel like I
look at it.
Ozone Land on television. I'm being all the way honest with y'all. Like I just be like trying to stay away from the TV. Like this shit is so cringy to me.
Weird, yeah.
Like all this shit is cringy as fuck to me. Like I don't know how niggas don't be like I understand. This is what I'm saying. If you subscribe to the whole like look at what has been done to us, you'll see this shit in a good way. But you gotta look at that shit from a perspective of like, when have they ever really gave a fuck? Don't fall for the trick, nigga. This is not for our benefit. This is shit is like why all of a sudden the whole world, like if the world really gave a fuck, people would be willing to give up what they have for everybody to grow. Niggas ain't ready to give up their shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is just gesturing. You know what I'm saying? People are just doing shit that looks
Actually, to speak on that, I don't remember the name of the company, but it's a big company, and the white dude was ahead of that joint. He was like, he made a little TikTok or whatever the fuck, saying that I'm stepping down after all of the protests and everything. I'm stepping down because there should be a person of color in my position as CEO or whatever the fuck. He said I'm stepping down and somebody of color should be taking over my
Do you think that's a good
business.
thing? Do you think that's a good thing?
I don't know, Doug. I don't know.
This is what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. I think my outlook is very unpopular, but I be looking at shit like why should he has to give up his spot because he feel bad? Like
right.
Like, that's like that. I don't co-sign.
That makes me think of the everybody all the white folks always talking about affirmative action and everything. That makes me think of that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I can if you genuinely stepping down and saying that, I don't know. I really don't understand. I don't know. It's like you just giving up.
That's not by him stepping down. Like, how is that helping black people? Because he's stepping down. What helped? And this is the shit that I feel like niggas ain't understanding. Like, what we tend to do is we tend to come together and we want to be in alignment against outside outside, you know what I'm saying, entity, some shit that's attacking us from the outside. But it's never an intention to come together for self-improvement. We don't want to come together so we can become better, so we can build and to grow into a better community, a better nation of people. We only come together when we feel like we are under attack. Like how the fuck you like? So then when we're not out of attack, then we all just doing our own thing again. So we always going to be at the fucking bottom because the only time we come together is when we feel like somebody's attacking us. Like we're supposed to be coming together for the point of self-improvement and growing as a people. So that shit don't make. That's why I feel like all this shit is fake. Like I'm being completely honest. Like I feel like all this shit is like niggas just getting caught up in the trend, and then when it's over with, we gonna go back to going to work every day, and niggas ain't gonna give a fuck about niggas. You know what I'm saying? Until they see another white cop kill us, another one of us again. That's just all it is. That's all it takes. We've seen this before. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the first time this shit happened. Hamsters on the wheel. It's the same shit.
You see this foolishness talk about like reparations, like it's actually gonna happen. They talking about this shit right before the nominations and shit, and it's coming from all the Democrat parties.
Man, we getting played, man. We getting played. Black people, we are if you can't see how we the biggest pawns on the planet, I don't know how niggas can't see this shit, man.
It's because
like what y'all think about reparations? Though? What y'all think about reparations?
Like, where you getting the news from? Like, you getting news from?
That's the point. You took the words right out of my mouth. That's what I was about to say. Like, you're getting your news from your oppressor, my nigga. Like, why do you trust this shit? Like, that's why, like, it be boggling my fucking brain. I'm not even gonna lie. I get frustrated sometimes. Like, nigga, we're getting our information from the oppressor, nigga. The system, the media is the talking voice of the system, nigga. So how could you trust anything that comes from that? You know what I'm saying? Like, we all in, and then when the media tells you it's on your side, you believe that too? Like, come on, man.
But what I'm asking y'all, what do y'all think about reparations? What do you think reparations? When you hear the word reparations, what do you think? Just money going to black people? Or what do you think?
I think some foolish ass shit.
Some foolish ass shit.
Yeah.
No, what I'm getting at is
some empty promises.
I don't think it would be. I don't think reparations is a bad idea. But I think
it's not gonna happen. It's not. They just gave niggas $1,200 for the entire fucking country, and and reparations been in talk since when? Since when? How long has reparations been talked for?
It's
40 acres and a mule.
Yeah,
exactly.
Slavery. Exactly.
That shit's not happening no time soon.
See, and what that shit does is it creates this. See, and this is what I'm saying. It creates this they owe us mentality. So as long as we stay in this they owe us mentality, we're not going to be motivated to get up off our ass and do it ourselves. See, when they show us these slavery movies, they show us all this shit so we can always feel like they owe us something. So we're not going to feel motivated. We're going to always be like, nah, we're going to have this mentality of entitlement, feeling like we should be given something instead of working for something. And that's why they show us this shit. That's why they keep telling us this 40 acre and a mule shit. So we can be like, look, they still ain't do this for us. And they still ain't give us this. And they still ain't do this for us. That's what all this shit is to create. That's what all this shit fucking creates, man. That's what everything they do is an attack on our psyche and spirit. They have to keep us down as a fucking people, man. Even the shit that seem good ain't good. These fucking J. Cole rappers and all these struggle rappers, these niggas, why do you think they allow these? They be like, oh, J. Cole and fucking Kendrick Lamar, they be speaking the truth. They be speaking truth to control the opposition, nigga. They put in play. I mean, I'm not saying that they realize what they're doing, but you got to understand, like even these struggle rappers, think about it. You fucking going through whatever the struggle you're going through in life, you pop the struggle rapper on in the headphones, put it in your ear, and then he talking about some life ain't fair. Look what's going on. The system did this, put me down. And you like, yeah, he right. Man, shit, life ain't fair now. That fucking like it's like tapping into your subconscious mind, which has you creating more of that struggle that you hearing through that struggle rap. Even that shit is an attack on our fucking psyche. Like all this shit, nigga, this like we are in the matrix for real. It's like we gotta break this spell, man. They playing the fuck out of us as a people.
But let me ask this, cause I'm going back to reparations. Let me ask this, because I don't think of reparations. I don't think like a form of a check, money paid out to black people or whatever. I don't think that would do well. But like a form of reparations where, huh?
Like that Chappelle skit.
Yeah, I don't think that would. Yeah, I don't think that would be it. I think like in the form of like if all black people can go to whatever college they want to go to for free. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about having to get a basketball scholarship or academic scholarship. I think.
Who's that paying?
Huh?
If Sally Mae writes you like a false like tuition, you know what I mean, coverage to go to a school, who's that paying?
Well, of course, it's gonna be tax dollars. You already pay for that shit. You pay taxes. Everybody pay taxes every day. Everybody pay taxes every day. You don't pay your dues. You don't pay, as Ice Cube was saying, black people don't pay their dues. They've been to pay their dues.
We gonna even that you gonna still be a part of the same system regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
matter of fact, that's what Ice Cube was saying. He was saying black people should not have to pay that. That's what reparations should be. That's what Ice Cube posted like a couple of days ago. He said black folks should not have to pay no more taxes at all. We done paid our shit. We done paid our shit.
Do any of y'all do your own tax returns?
Well, like literally myself, I think my wife does them joints. She does that shit.
You know, it's like a stipulation.
I don't do it myself.
You know, stipulation to say, are you like, have you been directly affected, or if any of your family members been affected from the Holocaust, you get like, you know what I mean, tax reduction off that?
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not supposed to be fair for us because we are supposed to be the permanent lower class. And like, have you niggas ever thought about this shit? Like, what if we just descended?
Why did they get the free pass?
Huh?
Exactly.
Because that's what I'm saying. I think
it's recent.
Because we are supposed to be the permanent lower class. Like, that's our role in society. Like that's our job. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed. That's why everything they feed us feeds a mentality of lack, poverty, at the bottom, all this shit. Everything that we get fed on a daily basis is reminding us that we're at the fucking bottom, which means we create more of the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever thought that maybe we descendants of the niggas who just lost the battle and we're prisoners of war? Like, have you ever thought about that shit? Like, what if we just the descendants of the niggas who lost the fight? You know what I'm saying? And we just prisoners of war, and that's why we don't have no land. We don't have a place that we call our own.
I read that line in Genesis a lot, and how you talk about how.
All right, then. So then that's what I'm saying, nigga. There ain't no salvation in this shit, nigga. We supposed this is our destiny. Like, we're supposed to be going through this shit. You ain't supposed to win the game.
I still want to be conscious of it though.
You said what?
Of
course, of course, be conscious of it. But what I'm saying is like I said this shit like before, like nigga, if you're going to work, you are supporting the system. So in the system, there has to be a permanent lower class, which means there has to be poor people. So be talking about fairness and all this shit. It doesn't matter. You're always going to have poor people. In order to have space for people to be rich, you gotta have poor. You can't have rich. There's no such thing as a rich, everybody rich in a land. That's impossible. You cannot have a place where everybody's rich, because rich has to be compared to something. You see what I'm saying? You can't have poor without rich. Rich is it means it has to be greater. So in order to have a greater, you have to have a lesser. So in order for me to be actually out here spending my time and energy to try to get rich, that means subconsciously I'm giving consent to poverty because I'm trying to get rich. You can't have rich without poverty. So it's a waste of time to be complaining about the system because we going to work every day trying to get rich. Like we're giving consent to the same shit we complain about. That's what I'm saying. Like that's a waste of fucking time. It really is. Like nigga, just play ball, nigga. That's because at the end of the day, we can't do nothing else. Play motherfucking ball, nigga. We gonna compete with the rest of these niggas and do what they doing. These motherfuckers coming together and building up societies and systems and shit that's gonna benefit their people. Then we gonna play ball too and do that shit. Not talk about what they ain't do for us. Cause then we gonna be sitting here 60 years waiting for that 40 acres and a mule. Them niggas ain't giving us shit. Nigga, we the prisoners of war and shit. Nigga, they ain't gonna give us nothing. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to play motherfucking ball. Like that shit is I'm telling you. It makes no sense to be out here complaining about a system you contribute to, nigga. You go to work, you try to make money, you're contributing. Like whether you want to look, you can try to spin it any way you can. It's the truth. You cannot get around it. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
There's nothing you can do. You are contributing. You trying to make money, you contributing. You know? I'm not trying to say I'm any different, nigga, because you see, I'm going to work tomorrow. So don't take me like I'm above everybody else shit. I just be feeling like it's just and honestly, it feels disingenuous. It's like, man, hey, y'all niggas gonna give up y'all comfort for everybody else? No, all right then. So let's stop wasting our time. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Think about that shit. Because like I said, all these white people marching, them niggas is not going to give up their so-called white privilege. Push to shove, you think they're going to no, little Susan. Raekwon has been through the struggle here. Hold on, let me give him your food, little Susan, because Raekwon is going through it. Like, think about that shit. What fucking sense does that make? You wouldn't do that shit. So what makes you think they would do it? Because they feel bad about your story? Like, come on, man, let's be realistic. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I ain't mad at Drew Brees, because that's basically what that nigga said. He was like, push come to shove, I'm going to be with my people. That's how every fucking man should be. What the fuck is wrong with that? Because he feel bad because he's supposed to be on our side? Like, nah, every man should be like, push come to shove, I'm going to hold my nation down. That's what that nigga said. I can't hold that against him. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
He ain't saying like that, though.
I mean, but that's how I took it. I took it like he was basically saying, like, one thing I won't do is go against the flag. Like, yes, I understand what you've been going through. Yes, I understand that our nation.
But he ain't say that. He's like, he said, I just can't understand why people, would do that. It's not called for.
I understand, but this is what I'm saying. Even with that shit, even to put it on Drew Brees, I remember this nigga James Harrison, black man, said if any niggas take a knee, it better be because you got an injury. Because if not, I'm gonna help you get one. This nigga, look it up. James Harrison's quote. Look it up. James Harrison said, "I'll beat your ass if you take a knee and you be injured if you on my team." That's basically what he said.
Let's bring it up.
And then I think niggas also forgetting that when Kaepernick was kneeling, like 4% of the NFL was kneeling with him. Most of these niggas was not kneeling with him.
They were scared.
They were standing and locking arms.
No, it wasn't just because them niggas was scared. I think some of them niggas didn't agree, wasn't down with the.
They were scared.
Huh?
I think they were scared to like.
I would agree with that. I think they were scared.
I don't think them niggas, because them niggas still took a knee when the owners made them do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't agree with.
I think they were scared to hurt their brand or to really jump out there. I think niggas that was like,
But it's safe now to do it, right? It's safe. See, this is what I'm saying. That's why I think this shit is fake. Now niggas want to take a knee when it's everybody. There's no opposition to niggas taking knees anymore. Everybody is like, nah, go ahead, take a knee. We're with the knees. Knee everybody. Let's knee everybody. So think about that shit. Now, all of a sudden you got niggas like Ezekiel Elliott talking about, oh yeah, Black Lives Matter. Like, come on, man. See, of all people. That's what I'm saying. Like you don't think that's what I'm saying. So it's like now all of a sudden everybody want to be a pro-black. Like these, you're not a revolutionary when everybody doing it, nigga. You supposed to be going against the grain. Because that's what I'm saying. That's why all these niggas is fake. Yeah. LeBron, nigga, I'm going in. LeBron is a phony too, because LeBron looks at every single.
I said that last episode.
I'm glad because I thought I wasn't the only one that peeped.
I said that last. If he wasn't checking Drew Brees, like if he wasn't using his force to in a Nike corporation, like LeBron is the biggest Nike employee, right? If he's not checking Drew Brees as far as like pushing him outside of Nike, then he fake.
All these niggas are, man. All these niggas, I'm telling you, everybody, all these dudes are pretty much paid for corporate sponsors. So all these dudes is going to, if the corporations say, it's like this, it's like, LeBron, I don't think right now is a good time for you to speak on this social issue. He's going to shut the fuck up. If Nike say we don't want you to talk on this, he's not going to talk on it. If Nike, like, think of it, Nike is an alignment with the black movement. This nigga is, they got Black Lives Matter. They got Black Lives Matter.
I was saying that before you walked off last time. I was like, Nike's saying everything now, but when Colin Kaepernick was taking the knee, right? When he was taking the knee, and Nike had all the rights to like NFL jerseys and shit, NFL equipment, they wasn't saying shit. That's what I'm saying. But now when it's hip to say shit, they saying shit.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Back then when Kaepernick was kneeling and shit, they wasn't saying shit.
This shit is fake. Honestly, I think the only reason why they're saying shit now is because it's just more momentum around it. I think it's like I think it's almost like they was like full force, just pushed all the buttons, like just full force go. Because like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't understand how as black people we really think that like this shit is meant for our benefit, man. All the big corporations that so-called oppressing us is now all of a sudden telling you, oh nah, now we get it, now we understand. Like no, these niggas don't. These niggas is trying to get paid. You saw how much money Black Panther made? You know what I'm saying? You know how much money black people put in supporting their so-called, you know what I'm saying, movements and shit. And then you got to also look into the white people too, the liberal whites. They the same way. You know what I'm saying? They're going to align themselves with any movement where anywhere there's any victimization, they're going to align themselves with that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. As black people, I don't want to be lumped in with like all these other subcultures and shit because I feel like that happens too. Where we getting locked, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? We getting lumped in just black.
Do you have a problem with when people say person of color or anything? Since you don't want to be lumped in, you know? Like when they. So matter of fact, speaking on like the was it July 7th or whatever they're supposed to do the blackout or some shit like that? Do you have an issue with like them saying all people of color, and then they go down and say Native American?
It's like this. It's like, all right, okay, you got, like I said, you got these so-called black movements, and like, so this is starting for some black people. We say, all right, let's just support black movements, but when we try to pull other people into there, I look at it like, all right, you think the lady at the Chinese store really gives the fuck that much? You know what I'm saying? Where she gonna be like, oh man, I'm gonna do this for the minorities. Like she don't, like these niggas don't give a fuck about the next.
They don't consider themselves minorities.
I mean, I know. What I'm saying is everybody don't look at it like how black people look at it. Mm-hmm. Black people look at it like we lump ourselves in with all the minorities. Other minorities don't lump themselves in with us. They look at themselves as different from us. We look at ourselves as the same as everybody else.
So inclusive.
Think about it. Like niggas from fucking Chile and shit. Like they'd be like, I'm from Chile. Like I know back in my own fucking country, I can name a road, this, that, and the third. So they don't look at themselves as like when they can go back to a country where it's just their people. It's just them.
Right.
So when they come to America, they don't be like, I'm a minority. They're gonna be like, I'm from fucking Chile. You see what I'm saying? Us, we be looking at it like, oh, look at this Spanish dude that came over here. He a minority like me. they look at it like they don't look at it like, oh, I'm in minority like that black man. They gonna look at it like I'm a dude from South. I'm a fucking Chilean man in America. That's how they look at that shit. You see?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Anytime y'all piss him that Chilean off, he's going back to Chile. Yeah, that makes.
Or anybody from any fucking country. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So even within that, you think that Chinese lady who has her Chinese restaurant, you think she really gives a fuck about what's going on in the black community? Like,
Nah.
you know what I'm saying? Like I just want to support black businesses.
I get that dollar.
Shut her shit down. You know what I'm saying? So you can spend your money with some black people. Like, fuck no. She gonna still want you to go spend your money with her or any other minority who owns some shit. Nah, like I doubt they gonna really shut their shit down for black people.
That makes sense.
It don't make it, I mean, I don't know. I feel like our perspective, like niggas ain't.
It don't make sense, but it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What don't make sense about it? I would like to know.
No, what I'm saying is like it's like the world is crazy. That's what I'm saying. That it don't make sense. It's crazy that the world is like that, but it makes sense. I understand. I definitely understand.
Niggas ain't with us like we be thinking they are, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Like black culture, they like
we be for everybody. We was out there when they had the fucking Mexicans and everybody in cages, little kids in cages.
We like them niggas who need love. That's how we act. We act like we need love. Like we want to be loved. You know what I'm saying? More than respected. You know what I'm saying? That's how we be acting. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like niggas. It's like people will just act like they love black culture, and we'll interpret that as people liking black people, because they'll show us some sort of like tokenism of, like looking like the kente cloth shit. Like that's a slap in the face. That's
everybody want to be a nigga, but don't nobody want to be a nigga.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? But I know some people look at it like, oh look, they're showing us love. Like fuck that shit, nigga. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't like that shit. You know.
I hear that.
Or it was what Hillary last year? She had a fucking some hot sauce in her purse when she went on the Breakfast Club, like shit like that. Like they playing us. They not showing us love. They laughing at us when they do shit like that, man.
Terrible. She had a bottle of hot sauce, and that went in what Beyonce was talking about. She had a bottle of hot
sauce too, bro. It wasn't even good hot sauce. They probably just picked up from fucking I don't know, Harris Teeter or some shit.
And I thought hot sauce was actually supposed to be a bat or some shit.
Nigga, I got good hot sauce.
Or a gun or some shit that Beyonce had in the bag. I didn't think actual hot sauce.
Hey, but so do y'all think that people just feel comfortable like just see? That's why I'm a hot sauce man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm like a hot sauce. Like I should do a commercial or something. Like that's like.
I fell off.
The hot sauce store in National Harbor, they got like.
Put them in the chat. Put those in the chat.
In there. Oh, you ever get the redneck joint? It's called redneck. It's literally called redneck hot sauce.
I like the hot sauce ketchup, the hot sauce mustard. They got everything up there, bro.
It's called Pepper Palace, right? That's what you're talking about. Yeah. They got them joints at pretty much like every outlet. Like any little like they got a joint out. They got a joint out in Myrtle Beach. What's that shit?
Caribbean Yucatan.
Okay.
Mango, habanero, and the extra.
That sounds good.
Extra,
but
XXXXXX.
Oh yeah, that shit look crazy right there, and it looked like you actually been
going on deck.
The bottom.
Hot sauce on deck.
I was like, that shit look damn near empty. What was I saying? So do y'all think that it's a level of society that like actually likes being lied to, and they would prefer the?
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that ignorance is bliss. Yeah. Like, do you think people?
Where the blue pill?
Like, yeah. But don't you feel like some people actually prefer the blue pill? Like you can, like it's like the truth will be right there at the rim, and the niggas will just be like, nah, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I be feeling like some niggas are like that. Like when conversations get real, they be like, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a part of this.
I mean,
you know
and that's why it would have to come to riots and protests and everything for people to actually realize what's going on out here. That's how I feel, because people have been trying. They don't want that red pill. They want that blue pill. They're just trying to chill. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to know what's going on out this joint. And
but see,
I I'm not gonna say that they just want to enjoy their privilege or whatever, but they just want to. They don't want to have no. They don't want to deal with no problems. They're just trying to do their everyday life or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely would agree to say that. Yeah, there's people that don't want to. They don't want to know what's going on. They don't know. You have that in the black community. If anytime like there's a couple of posts where they're talking about if a white guy is telling you about some history, some black history or whatever, you're like, oh, okay, all right, right on. But a black dude tells you about the same thing, you're like, oh, here you go with that black shit again. Here you go with that black history shit.
But
You know what I'm saying? So
valid though. That's some real shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is actually valid. But yeah, nah, I don't disagree with that at all. That's valid because and people, it's like that's what I'm saying. It's like you'll get like it'll be like a white dude who like acts black or is into black things, and it'll be like, oh, fuck with him, he's into black things, and then it'll be like a black guy who don't like, you know, isn't into black things like typically, and it's like, get away from me. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's weird.
Right. I want to hear your conspiracy theories about black people were here before Christopher Columbus. I want to hear your black conspiracies.
You watch Hidden Colors? I know you watch Hidden Colors. You say you watch Hidden Colors.
I ain't never seen
You
never seen that? What?
Yeah. I think I might buy the full set just so I can like pass that shit on. But
yeah, I gotta get the full set. I saw the first two.
Especially
I probably saw like maybe half of the first one. The first like maybe half of it.
I seen that shit in a barbershop the first time, and then I had to like look at it online. But now everything's not accessible online.
Yeah. They need to put that. I don't know why they didn't put it on like Apple or some shit or whatever that you can get that joint. But I would definitely like to watch all them joints. I only seen the first two. Only the first two.
I mean, but you kind of knew it, but just off like the feelings that you get from
it was you kind of knew it, and then you got scholars or whatever confirming this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I don't need scholars for real, but like just off like.
Yeah. But it's nice to have someone who's accredited or whatever to say to you what you were thinking, what you knew, what you've been looking up on YouTube anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody accredited. I'm just saying, like just off like impulse or like off I don't know. Just off interaction.
We went to HBCU, you know.
Yeah. Everybody linked up, for real.
Yeah, that's you definitely gotta watch that, Marcus. You definitely gotta watch that. That shit was tough. That shit's tough. That shit tough.
And it's funny because even with the whole what you about to say?
The biggest thing I think that I took out of it because like Brazil is like the biggest black population outside of Africa.
Yeah. I think that was episode 1.
People don't recognize that shit, but how did that happen?
Mm-hmm.
They say America is the biggest slave trade, but how is Brazil the biggest black population outside of Africa?
No, because America wasn't the biggest slave trade.
Huh?
It wasn't. It wasn't. America wasn't the biggest slave trade, but they make it seem like it was. They make it. Huh?
They teach you that in school?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They make it seem like it was, but it wasn't. They according to the numbers anyway, just it was like a million or so that came to America, a million or so. But no, the biggest, I think the most, a lot of them went to fucking South America, Brazil, and shit. Yeah. Well, was it? I don't know if it was that. I don't know. Did you ever seen Guns, Germs, and Steel? Anybody seen that joint? Guns, Germs, and Steel?
Yeah.
You seen that joint?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if it was in that joint or in the Hidden Colors joint that they was talking about. There was like the amount of fucking silver that the slaves pulled out. Like you can build a bridge from. I want to say, I think it was Brazil. You can build a fucking silver bridge from Brazil to fucking Spain or whatever. The amount of silver that they had them niggas getting out that joint. They had motherfucking slaves. America had slaves, but nah. The South America was where they was bringing them motherfuckers in. They was bringing them in.
All right, so but look at this, right? So all right, even speaking with that, so if Brazil has the biggest black population, then how come the black experience in United States is being commercialized and broadcasted to the world? Where even though there's more black Brazilians, and you know what I'm saying, in that part of
America's a superpower.
but why is our so-called struggle? Why is that being presented to the world? Like why is it being commercialized?
Because America's a superpower, and we have more shit out here than I'm not gonna say more rights, but we have more shit, you know, than Brazilians do. It's it's a different type of poverty. It's a different type of poverty if you go from Southeast DC or the worst places in Chicago or New York or whatever the fuck, and then you go to fucking Brazil. Them niggas are fucking literally in the dirt. They're literally in dirt. You know what I'm saying? We in the concrete jungle out
Why
here.
they not showing that shit? Because that's worse than what, like, this is what I'm saying. Like you'll have rappers say like, oh, if you can survive where I'm from, you can survive anywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like niggas in Brazil living in the dirt, like you said. So it's like, why are they not showing us that shit? Why are they only showing us, the niggas?
That's all they know. That's all they know. That's why I'm big on black people traveling. So you can go out and see how bad it really is. So you can see how bad it really is and how good it can be, but how bad it really is. You know what I'm saying?
I've been everywhere. Corey, you been everywhere?
Yeah, just about. Everywhere is important anyway to me. But yeah, man, niggas need to fucking travel. I went to Brazil. And I have not seen a level of poverty like that in my life.
I seen that in that movie, City of God. So I was like,
that shit is real.
Nigga, I've been to Nigeria before.
I ain't been out there.
Water huts.
Mm-hmm.
So then, so what is it about the black? Because every rapper, like I said, like perfect example. Meek Mill had that song "Oodles and Noodles Babies," and that was the most depressing song I've ever heard. So I'm sitting there like, all right, why does nigga title the song "Oodles and Noodles Baby" and make a depressing song? I used to eat oodles and noodles. I didn't feel depressed. I didn't feel bad because
I was glad I was eating. I was just glad to be eating.
A representation of struggle because I ate oodles and noodles. So why is he talking? You know what I'm saying? Like these niggas in Brazil and fucking Nigeria ain't got oodles and noodles. You know what I'm saying? But why that struggle ain't getting commercialized?
This perspective from his point of view.
Yeah. And them niggas like Brazil, them niggas in Brazil, they're not buying those CDs.
Somebody always got it worse though.
I know, I get that, but what I'm saying is, and from his point of view, but like I said, but why is that the one that's getting pushed out? Like if you want people that represent that, you said what?
You sound good.
But this is what I'm saying. All right, that's all perspective, but it wouldn't work the same if it was if a nigga said some shit like I don't know, like what's something that's better than oodles and noodles that somebody like, oh, I was poor, and it says somebody else it may not be. That's not poor. That's
bam.
All right, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like it might, like that's just his perspective, but somebody else could be eating better than what Meek Mill ate and still thought that they was poor, still thought that they was struggling.
Yeah,
macaroni sandwich.
You know what I'm trying to say? They make they'll make a hot dog, say hot dogs or something, like make the
pork and beans, sardines.
You were like, nigga, hot dogs ain't struggle food. He was like, tomorrow, what do you mean, nigga? I came from the struggle. I used to eat hot dogs growing up. I mean, you see what I'm saying? It ain't gonna work the same.
I was eating struggle meals in college, but I had a better position in college. But I was eating struggle meals. I was eating fucking pancakes and hot dogs every day fucking day.
Mm-hmm.
Could you make a rap about that?
I probably could.
But it wouldn't hit the same though as the Meek Mill joint though.
I don't have fucking his platform. I don't have
and everybody eat noodles. Everybody eat noodles though.
That's what I mean. It's the platform. It's the I just be feeling like they out here romanticizing the struggle and shit. You know what I'm saying? They trying to make the struggle sexy. Like I don't like that shit. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I said because at the end of the day, it's a white motherfucker profiting off that shit.
Yeah.
You know? That's what I mean. Like it's still it's still puppeteering niggas either way you look at it. Niggas are still getting puppeteered.
Oh yeah. I seen a post the other day talking about all the black hair products or whatever that people using out here, like Cantu and what's the brand name? It's somebody's daughter. I forgot what it's called or whatever. It's called. Yeah. Carol's daughter. No, that shit. All them motherfuckers are white. The CEOs that own that shit. All of them. But
and funny, and even to be on Meek, I have to even throw Meek in that same category, because if you really pay attention to listen to what Meek be saying, like I'm talking about as far as his movements, he's kind of like just he's a like they be like, Meek, go do this. He be like, all right, I'll show my face. Meek, go sign that for the kids. All right, I'll go sign that for the kids. Whatever I need to do to help. Just like, it's not really coming from him. He's a face. He's like a representative of. He's being pushed in place to push agendas too.
He's just trying to make money. He don't got no education. Didn't he drop out of school? He dropped out of school. He just trying to make money.
It'd be like, okay, I bought this for the kids. All right, dude, but it ain't really like, it's no means to an end. You see what I'm saying? It's just other people are telling him what to do. He's not moving on his own.
When that blackout happened, he was like, he posted this shit and was like, what is really doing? He know he didn't know what was happening. He was like, I just posted it, but what's it really doing?
Somebody told him to do it. That's what I'm saying. Like, but I'm not necessarily trying to like say he's a bad guy or he doesn't mean. Or I'm not even trying to say because he means well, but I'm saying, but he's definitely a controlled entity. Like that nigga's not moving on his own.
Yeah. Like, he's uneducated. He's uneducated.
Meek is he's holding back to the streets. Now somebody said, no, we're gonna put Meek there to be a representative of a nigga that's giving back to the streets. Like that's what he's supposed to be doing. And like I said, that don't mean he's a bad person. And the nigga means well. I'm sure I can tell. Like, he means well. He wants to do good, but he's not like using his own brain. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody else is moving this nigga. You know. Like honestly, he's like the perfect type of nigga that would be like the guy that, like, you know, oh, if we get Meek Mill to sign off on it, the black people will go along with it. Like he's the perfect nigga for that.
I don't know.
Possibly. I never liked him, but possibly.
I mean, I don't have nothing against him at all. I'm just saying I just see him as a controlled entity. That don't mean I don't like him. I like as an artist or nothing like that. I mean, that's how I look at all these niggas.
I just think he just don't got the right men in the circle.
What do you mean as far because he still be around the same niggas from when he was growing up?
I'm saying like he don't got no like it don't seem like he got like real OGs.
A mentor.
Yeah.
He probably just got people trying to use him to push.
It's not even that he got yes men around him. He just got other uneducated people around him, and then above that, you got the CEOs and all that want to make their money.
I definitely
think that's exactly what it. Yo, you hit it. He got there. You go. But he's being puppeteered though. You know what I'm saying?
He means well.
Yeah. He's just uneducated.
Above that, he got the CEOs and all these other people. You know what I mean?
What he did with Jay-Z?
Shareholders.
What joint he did with Jay-Z beat? The America's you know what I'm talking about.
I know which one you talking about off the Reasonable Doubt sample.
Yeah. He means well.
That's what I'm saying. I know he means well. That's why I'm not mad at him. I'm just saying that for people to think that it's like they're like he's like just because Meek signed off on it don't mean that's, you know what I'm saying, that's not him. You know what I'm saying? He means well, but there's other people telling him what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So he could be pushing the agenda for George Soros and don't realize it. You see what I'm saying? Like he's one of them niggas.
That's the most rotten nigga alive, bro.
But like what I'm saying is there's people in Black Lives Matter like who I'm sure have good intentions, and George Soros is the nigga who's funding that shit. Like most people can't see through the veil. You know what I'm saying? Most people think this shit is real. So there's a lot of good people in Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? But you know the nigga the intention behind it, the people who's making the agenda move, they don't have good intentions. You know what I mean?
I've been hearing about Soros since
I was talking to him like
Obama. What's up with him? What is he doing? They always saying he funded something. What is he doing now?
Everything. He funds everything. He has no fucking like political power other than he has a lot of fucking money. He owns the virology lab that supposedly started this fucking Wuhan virus.
Mm-hmm.
He financed both parties of a lot of Nazi parties.
Was he's Jewish or what?
Do it matter?
I'm always sure, but I wouldn't be surprised. I think he is.
Yeah.
Do it matter at the end of the day?
Yeah, well, I guess when you
It
that
don't.
rich, you really don't. You can push whatever agenda you want to push.
It don't.
Just Google George Soros plus Clinton's plus Vatican plus. Like these are the culprits every time.
Yep.
Shit.
Do it right now. But do it in DuckDuckGo. Don't do.
All right. So all right. Here it is. Right. All right. So now you remember how like even with the whole all this George Floyd shit going on, you hear how everybody dropping these songs now. Like Meek just dropped that one track. Everybody like, doesn't that make sense? And then I think they say something. I think I saw something. I don't know, iTunes or fucking Spotify. I don't know. One of these joints they said some shit like, anti-police music and anti-police music and revolutionary music is like been playing at an all-time high and being downloaded at an all-time high.
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be the perfect time for me to make a struggle song? Like Randall, you should write a struggle song and put it on.
I was about to say that sounds like struggle music to me anyway.
Take advantage of this like everyone else is. You know what I'm saying? Like you might as well just drop a struggle song. You see everybody else doing that shit. So do you think? So when you think these niggas drop these songs, do you think their intentions was to make money, or was they just trying to put out a message for the people?
Make some money, of course.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, nigga. This whole George Floyd shit is a moneymaker, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Look at the value of a black man's death. Look how much money this is putting in so many people's pockets.
Makes sense.
It's just fucked
but
up,
it also that's why I was asking about the whole martial law shit, because it also gives me thinking about martial law, because you got niggas they want to defund the police and all that shit out here now, and I'm like, nah, I don't know if we should. I mean, shit, we don't defunded education for so long, and I mean, I guess niggas is okay, but I don't know about defunding the police. I guess we could, since we was able to defund education.
What is when they say defund the police? It means like, what does that mean?
Yeah,
that's what I don't understand. I don't understand that.
I don't know what it
Does
means.
that mean like they don't get no more money from the government or something?
I don't know. That's what I don't understand.
And niggas is complaining about the police, but do you really like? Or do you want to live in do y'all really feel safe with no police at all?
Yeah, I mean, not unless they make it a government federal law where everybody can conceal carry or some shit like that. No, I will not feel safe. I will not.
But then think about it, because even if they
it's
did
gonna be
that,
wild west.
If they just said got rid of police and it was like and everybody can have a weapon, don't you think this shit just turned to the wild west?
That's what I was thinking.
Just think about this though. Just think about this. Like if there was no police, so there would be nobody to enforce the law. So that means if a nigga see, they be like, damn, it's a big ass house. I got bigger guns than him.
And honestly, that's the extreme. You know what I'm saying? That's the extreme. You know, we always got to think about the extreme. You know, if we were to defund the police and everybody has a gun and you can basically go do whatever the hell you want to do, that's definitely the extreme. But
that's
anarchy,
yeah.
But yeah, if you try and run into a big ass house, obviously these niggas got money, so you may think you have bigger guns than them, but they got money, so they might have some stupid shit over there that you ain't ready for. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know about that defunding the police shit. That's a slippery slide, as they say. That's a slippery slide, as they say. I don't know if I agree with that shit. I don't know. It's too much that can happen. It's too many ways the shit can roll downhill or whatever. Either way, but I understand the position. You know, definitely if you want to get into that whole context of we've defunded education. Niggas clearly don't give a fuck that we've defunded education. I don't know how many years. It's been at least a decade. It's been a minute it's been a minute. Niggas have defunded education for the longest, and all the money has been, most of the money anyway, has been going into the military for a long ass time, if not forever, in the U.S. If not forever, you know what I'm saying? The if you ask me, the police department has everything that they need. It don't matter what police department you talking about. They have everything they need. If they can come out here and SWAT gear, you know, they got their helmets and all that shit. They got tear gas and rubber bullets, and they got the same shit that the fucking military has when they go over to fucking Afghanistan. They have the same shit. So I definitely understand the position of defunding the police, but it's still, you still have that question in the back of your mind when you're saying defunding the police. Does that mean that it's going to be wild west out this joint? Does that mean there's not going to be no police on the corner? Is niggas just going to be getting carjacked and robbed and all that other shit? I definitely understand that position, but I don't know, man. I don't know. America is a place of laws. It's built on laws, so I don't know. I don't know who's going to enforce them after they defunded. You know,
I think the only thing they can do is that if they defund the police, they just gonna bring like the military to police people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, because they gotta have, the police is necessary because they gotta get their money. They need niggas to deliver fines, so they're not gonna let the police. That's a lot of money lost if the
That's
police
for the city.
out here. They need the police. They're tax collectors or debt collectors.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's literally their job. Their job is to find you fucking up so they can make money off of your fuck up. You know
so
what I'm
the
saying?
city can make some money, yeah.
So they're not gonna. There's no way. The police is a money maker. They're not gonna let them niggas go nowhere.
Uh-huh. And if they do, that'll be a problem, because then we in a martial law military state.
The military will come in and start policing niggas.
Yeah.
That's the only other thing that could happen.
And that's gonna be an issue. This gonna be an issue, a big issue. Just like them niggas in Afghanistan or wherever the fuck, where the military at, where our military is at, it's gonna be an issue. They don't fuck with them. You know they don't fuck with them. We don't fuck with the police, and you know we're not gonna fuck with the fucking military. We don't fuck with them.
Who's weak?
Coming in here. As far as we don't fuck with the, you see the protests against the police or whatever, but you know we don't fuck with them. But if the military come in here doing some shit, it's a lot of gun owners. It's a lot of gun owners out here, so it's gonna be a problem.
Nigga, that's just been happening like forever.
Yeah, it's gonna be a problem though. It's gonna be a problem if I don't think that the law shit would ever work out. I don't think it would work out.
At what point is it gonna be a problem?
Huh?
At what point is it gonna be a problem?
As far as shit, it's already, you got people protesting. They already shooting rubber bullets and tear gas and shit.
I'm saying rubber bullets.
If Obama just wanna go down and get some damn gas or whatever, just go to the store and the military police hassling them, whatever the fuck, it's gonna be a problem, especially for these gun owners out here, like in the deep south, where they actually just walk around with their shit on them. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a standoff. It's gonna be a misunderstanding. It's bound to be a misunderstanding, and that's it. That's all it takes. All it takes is just one misunderstanding, and the military is gonna be just like the police is already out here. You know, they don't even.
Haven't we been like in times of misunderstanding? So like, what's the difference?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, I think.
But it's gonna be more of a life or death situation if the military moves in out here. I think people will have that feeling of it's gonna be a life or death situation.
Hey Corey, have you ever researched Rex 84?
No, what's that?
It's been like a program that FEMA has set up since 1984, where they have